Well, welcome back to the Diabetes Fitness Academy. And the topic I wanted to talk on today was why fat is not the enemy. For so long we've been told that fat isn't good for us. And in all actuality, it's very good for us. The healthy fats, that is. Not the trans fats and those types of things. And the vegetable oils. Those things are not good for us. But when you eat healthy fat from quality sources, fat gives you more energy per gram than carbohydrate and protein combined. So here's a question. If I said to you, for every $4 you give me, I'm going to give you back $9.40, would you take that deal? And I think most of us would, right? It's a great deal. You'd probably sell everything you own to get that deal, if it was guaranteed. And with fat, carbs, and protein, it is guaranteed because fat gives us 9.4 calories per gram. It gives us a whole lot more energy for the same unit, 1 gram. But yet we've been told not to do it. Fat consumption, cut back on it. Fat-free, low-fat, skim milk, all these things. And if you really think about it, and you go back in time, how did we get here? We didn't get here by our ancestors not eating fat, because that was something that they did eat to survive and to keep themselves going. They used it for flavoring, right? Bacon fat they used for flavoring soups and different meals that they made, because it has a great taste to it. So we have to kind of switch our brain chemistry a little bit, start to do our own homework as to what is going to be the best ratio for us to eat. And dealing with diabetes and diabetes clients, I did a lot of research on Dr. Joslin when he was practicing medicine here in Boston. And he would prescribe a high-fat diet. So he would prescribe a diet that was 75% fat for his patients because he knew what was happening, and he ran the experiments. As a doctor, you run the experiment, right? Say, I'm going to feed this person a higher fat diet, and we're going to check the blood sugar. And how they checked blood sugar back then was different than how they do it now. I've read books and stories of how the doctor would actually taste the urine to see if it was sweet. Or they would take the urine and pour it outside on a rock and see if the ants would come and migrate to it because of the sugar. So that the testing processes were a whole lot different. But whatever they were at his time, that's what he did. And he found out that people could maintain much better blood sugars by eating that higher fat diet and less complications of doing so. And it's really good because what you're doing is you're teaching your body how to burn fat for fuel. When you eat carbs, you're teaching your body how to process carbs for fuel. So the enzymes in your body will ramp up to whatever that predominant food taken in is. So if it's carbohydrate, you're going to produce more amylase to break down the sugars. If it's more fat-based, you're going to produce more lipase to break down the fats for fuel. And once you start doing that, I use an analogy. Would you rather be a nuclear submarine, or would you rather be a gasoline or diesel powered submarine? And I think most of us would rather be a nuclear sub, right? Because you could stay out to sea for years at a time if you needed to. But with a diesel or gasoline driven machine, you need to refuel it. And that's what happens with us as humans with carbohydrates, because you run out of carbohydrates eventually and you need to refuel it. With fat, you will have run out eventually, but it's a long, long time. You could take a 200-pound man at 10% body fat, he's still carrying about 40 pounds of fat. If you divide that up by 2,000 calories per meal, he's got quite a few meals stored if his body is adapted to burning fat for fuel. So just keep that in mind when you decide on a plan to lose weight, to maintain your weight, or whatever it is. But start to play around with those ratios of fat, carbs, to protein. And protein is a kind of a very specialty macronutrient, in that we need protein. We just got to figure out the right amount of protein, because for so long we've been told to eat 1 gram of protein per body pound. And in my opinion, that's way too much, because you're consuming even if you're a 200-pound lean guy, six-pack abs, you still carry about 40 pounds of body fat. So you're eating protein to maintain that body fat, where you should be consuming the protein to maintain your lean muscle mass and to do internal repairs to your body. So just think about those things, and if I can be of help, let me know. Thanks for listening.